out to you and that you still have that like anchored into you being able to move forward. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It just goes to show you that like everyone kind of comes to this point where we have to make a decision, and that had to be yours, and that one stuck.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Cool. So you mentioned metabolic restoration. That's where you're at.
I am. Yes, I'm still slowly adding calories back in.
Okay. And how long have you been in this metabolic restoration phase?
Just about 4 months now.
Okay. Wow. So where did you start in? At the beginning of this program? Do you know how much you were eating?
Yeah. So I was tracking my macros long before I started with Nick and Larissa. So I was trying to lose weight before I came on board. So I know that I had gotten down. I was doing about 1,300 calories a day.
Mhm.
And I've been doing that probably for 3 or 4 months. And the scale was going in the wrong direction.
Was it increasing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize, I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was, I didn't realize that I didn't feel great. I thought everybody was busy and tired and, running in circles. I didn't think there was anything all that wrong until I started getting out of it and had something to compare it to.
Yeah. So what has that journey looked like? So you came in eating around 1,200 calories, which honestly a lot of people fall under, thinking that that's the route to take. What has that looked like since then until now of increasing your food?
Yeah, so it was slow increases, of course. Like, dump all the calories back in all at once. So started adding, anywhere between 100 and 200 calories at a time, and sitting there for a couple of weeks and kind of seeing what my body did and adjusting, and then kind of scaling back some of the workouts, trying to eliminate some of the stress in my life, which you can only do so much. I mean, I work full time. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. So there's only so much I can take out of there. But just adding the foods back in, really being focused on being mindful. Just kind of making sure that when I was picking my foods, when I was looking for my macros, when I was adding those extra calories in, even if it was only 100, 150, 200 calories at a time, it's not that much food. But making sure that it was the increasing in the right proportions, that I was doing the carbs, the proteins, the fats, in the good quality ones. So I wasn't just, eating gummy bears to make up my carbs, trying to get fruit in there, or doing some additional, maybe some juice or more rice, or scaling up the amounts of proteins I was having. So just trying to be a little bit more mindful about those choices too.
Did you have any mental struggles with that increase of food?
Yes. It felt like a lot of food. It felt like the wrong thing to be doing, especially if I'm trying to understanding that I'm trying to lose weight, but there's got to be a healthy part to it before I can actually start to lose the weight. So I struggle. I still struggle with that, to be quite honest, because I'm still not done with it. I've still got to get more in before I can start cutting again. So I definitely struggle with that.
I think that's a huge missing piece here. You have even mentioned, like, before you even started with us, saying you felt like you were doing everything right. And then you start increasing your food, you're like, well, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but we've never tried that part before.
Right.
So where are you now? How are you feeling now? What are some of the successes that you've had? How do we feel?
Sure. So doing really well. I have actually almost doubled my calories at this point. I'm at
nice.
So I'm at 2,200 calories a day now. And it's, I want to be clear. It wasn't like a light switch flipped and all of a sudden like, oh, I hit 1,800 calories today and now I feel amazing. Like, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But
not meant to be either.
Yeah. Well, and I think you kind of, I personally had to be a little bit more mindful about, like I said, where I had to kind of come out of it and realize, kind of looking back at where I was before I started to realize how much better I actually felt.
Yeah.
Tell you for sure, my sleep changed completely.
Really?
Yeah, completely. I didn't realize that I wasn't sleeping all that well. I mean, I went to bed and I slept and I woke up a bunch and, got up in the morning and did my thing. But now I literally sleep almost through the entire night, most nights. I mean, it's not going to be every night, but
sure.
My sleep has changed a lot. I really was tired. I didn't realize it, but I was tired, and I definitely have more energy now. I feel like my workouts are better. quite honestly. I'm not doing the heavy lifts that I was doing before. I'm looking forward to getting back into that. But I'm not right now. But just the cardio and the stamina, those things have all kind of improved a little bit. Honestly, my mood's better.
Wow.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't feel so fussy and so aggravated a lot of times.
Hangry is what
Yeah,
people like to
angry.
call it.
Yep.
Okay. And I've been following along your journey on the back end of things. I've gotten some insight in our coaches meetings. And something a lot of women struggle with, and I don't think it's talked about enough, is the loss of their cycle.
Mhm.
And I had heard that you recently got yours back. Do you mind elaborating a little bit on kind of that journey?
Sure. So I have an IUD. That decreases your cycle a little bit anyway.
Mhm.
And I guess I didn't really realize that I was missing it. I just kind of thought it was all part of that process. But I would say probably about a month ago now, some of the in between things that you get with your cycle,
Mhm.
and even just the spotting and everything that happens when you have an IUD when you're supposed to be bleeding, all of that kind of came back. I didn't realize that I was supposed to be having it, and I guess I had gotten so low that it was gone for the most part. So that's 6, 8, 9 months in the making of getting it back again.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible. And like I said, that's something that's not touched on a lot. I don't think it's spoken of, or I think it's made too lightly of. 'Cause a lot of women do lose their period, and they just kind of go about their day like it's not a big deal, but it has a lot to do with nutrition and training and should be talked about more.
Well, and when I knew that, I think women hear that, but I always thought it was, these ultra marathoners who are eating 800 calories a day, or well, I mean, they're probably not, but people who eat marathon, or
Yeah.
something like I thought it had to be something extreme to lose it, and I guess it really doesn't.
Yeah. Stress is stress, and so
Yeah.
enough of it can really alter a lot for your body. Um, that's really incredible. That's a huge, huge success and a huge sign of health. So that's awesome. Um, so you've been in this metabolic phase for 4 or 5 months. Any advice for anyone listening um, who may be thinking like, oh, maybe this is something I need to do. I've never tried eating more. Anything that you can give to someone?
Sure. It's a hard sell, when you're trying to lose weight, when to realize that you've got to take a little bit of a step back and get healthier where you are before you're going to be able to cut. So my advice would be, definitely talk about it, understand what goes into it, and try it because, like Nick's post a year ago, like you feel like you're doing so much and you think you're doing everything right, and if it's not working, something's missing there, and it can find it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brenna, thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your night to kind of talk about your journey and get a little vulnerable with me. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good luck. I'm excited to hear what else you accomplish.
Thank you so much.